What's going on, everyone? Today we finally got the official announcement from Rockstar Games about Red Dead Redemption. For about the past 2 years on this channel, we have been talking about, Rockstar remastering and possibly even remaking Red Dead Redemption. However, with today's announcement from Rockstar, actually turns out it's not going to be a remaster or a remake. Instead, it's just going to be a port. So this is from the official Rockstar Newswire and also from the new Red Dead Redemption website that they just put up today. This is actually going to be a port only for Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4, and of course also PS5 as well, since you can play through backwards compatibility. So overall, it's kind of a disappointment because a lot of us wanted to see a remastered, better version of Red Dead Redemption. It's a game that's been out for over 13 years, has millions of sales, and it's definitely, fan loved. A lot of people care about it. It's a really good game. But Rockstar decided to go with the simple route and just really keep it as a simple port. Now, there is some slight improvements, I'm not going to lie, from the screenshots that Rockstar showed, which I put over here on the screen. There is some improvements that you guys can see. There's some better shadows, and there's obviously better lighting, probably some small texture upgrades around the map. There's also obviously like a lot of things that Rockstar probably changed. Minor things, nothing too crazy. It's not a huge remaster that they're really doing with it, but you can obviously see that there is some slight changes, new LEDs and all that. However, it's not really the remaster that we had in mind. But overall, it does seem pretty interesting. But one of the biggest problems with this announcement today is the fact that Rockstar isn't going to be bringing it to PC. Now, obviously, putting it on Nintendo Switch and PS4 makes a lot of sense because, first off, Red Dead Redemption was never on PlayStation until now, of course. Now, it was on PlayStation Now, in previous years, but they took it off, and obviously PlayStation Now isn't really a thing anymore. So that's the only way that you guys could have played it, through a cloud service. But like official game disc and all that was never on PlayStation before. It was on 360 and it was on Xbox One, and of course you can play those backwards compatibility if you do want to. But this is really the first official time really that Rockstar is going to be adding Red Dead Redemption to the PlayStation, where you can play digitally, or of course if you want to buy the physical version, which we'll talk a little bit about later. But for whatever reason, Rockstar decides to not bring it to PC. It is on a Nintendo Switch though, which is also the first time it's going to be on that. Now, this announcement, in my opinion, would have been a lot more better if Rockstar did bring it to PC, because obviously Red Dead Redemption has never been on it. There's obviously been ways that you can emulate it that has been, very popular over the past few years, especially for this game. But overall, of course, the full-on PC release would have been way better. Now, when it came to the GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition, they released all of, the versions at once, Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, and all that, all on day one. Rockstar might be saving PC for a later date. However, it seems that that might not be the case, because they probably would have included it on, the website somewhere. But either way, just know that at least for PC, that seems that that's not going to be a thing. Maybe, sometime in next year, but as of right now, there doesn't seem to be an option that Rockstar is going to be having. So this is going to be releasing next week on August 17th, 2023, which is just a little bit over a week away. It's next Thursday. So overall, it's going to be pretty exciting. Rockstar does also have the physical release on October 13th, 2023. We don't have an official release time. We'll probably talk more about that in a future video, but as of right now, just know it's going to be releasing next Thursday. Now, I do want to mention that Undead Nightmare will be a part of this collection, so it's not just only going to be, the Red Dead Redemption story. They're going to also add the Undead Nightmare part, which is pretty much like the zombie version, a little bit of Red Dead Redemption with a separate story, which is great. And I'm assuming that, multiplayer will also be included in this. Hopefully it is, because multiplayer in Red Dead Redemption is actually pretty good. And the only way that you, of course, could have played it before is on Xbox, but to actually have like, some PlayStation lobbies as well as Nintendo Switch is going to be really, really cool. So I hope that they do decide to include that. So again, they will be available in the Microsoft Store, the PlayStation Store, and also the Nintendo eShop next Thursday. And if you want to take a look at the new trailer, I will leave a link in the description. Rockstar did upload one on their website as well as the YouTube channel. And then also, if you want to take a look at the new Red Dead Redemption website that Rockstar just updated, I will also leave a link in the description. Now, let's talk about pricing when it comes to this new port. So this is actually going to be available for $50, which I think is actually a little bit way too much. Now, of course, when the GTA Trilogy Remaster came out, it was $60, which already was a problem because the game didn't really get that much of a huge upgrade. Like, yeah, the graphics look a lot better, but obviously there's so many issues. And I mean, when that first came out, my thought was that it should have been priced at $29.99 or like $30, or at least like $40. But Rockstar decided to go full price with it, and it was $60. However, for this, which includes, Undead Nightmare as well, it's going to be $50, which I feel like it should probably be around like 40 or 30. But, there's going to be sales and stuff that go on, so it will go down anyways. And then for the physical version, that probably is going to be 60, maybe 70, or it could be 50. I don't know if they're going to change the prices for that, but either way, we'll see how it goes. And then for the port itself, really, it's actually not made by Rockstar itself. It's made by Double 11 Studios, and they consider it as a conversion, which is actually going to be something that Rockstar kind of did for like the first time. Usually it's a remaster or some type of remake that they make, but conversion is really the first time that they're actually doing this. So overall, it should be, you know, interesting. Hopefully there's not any bugs or any issues, but again, I think many of us would just much rather get a full remaster for this game. Rockstar even talks about, you know, how it won over 170 Game of the Year awards. You know, there's so many things that are so great about this game, and just how popular and how big it is. I wish that Rockstar decided to go with the remaster route, but we may not even see that until, you know, maybe like the 20th anniversary, which is, you know, about 7 years from now. But we'll have to see how Rockstar decides to go with that. But just know that this is going to be a simple port that Rockstar is bringing over, and it's pretty much just going to be an upped and just, you know, better version of the original Xbox 360 version, I'm assuming. So of course, I'll be having a lot more videos on this, as well as actually a full-on playthrough of Red Dead Redemption, so definitely look forward to that. I played it before, but to play it again is definitely going to be really cool, especially with some, you know, slightly upgraded graphics. Now, it doesn't seem like it's much, you know, from the screenshots, but I hope that at least when we're playing it in person, it's going to seem a lot more better. We'll see how that is, and hopefully Rockstar does also maybe update the menu a little bit to make it a bit more modern and just kind of fit with today's standards. So let me know the thoughts in the comment section, what you guys think about this Red Dead Redemption port that's coming next week. If you guys did enjoy this video, or if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. And also don't forget to drop a like, and if you want to see more, then make sure to subscribe, put on post notifications, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.